Okay, so while Dylan is going to get Livy, let me just explain. Livy is, compared to our other does, a little bit on the smaller side. We did not see her get bred. The guy hopped the fence, and we're pretty sure he's the one that bred her, but we were going to breed her next heat cycle anyway, so it just would have been about 2 weeks later that she got bred. So I'm not too concerned about her. As long as she has twins, I'm really hoping she does. But let's just see what the ultrasound looks like. For does in general, it's easier to have twins than a single because the singles tend to be a little bit larger, and especially for your first fresheners. You know, their hips haven't widened out because they've never had kids before. It's the same with people. You know, usually your second kid is easier to birth than your first kid is. All right, let's see.
Deliver. Here.
Okay. All right, Livy. Let's see. All right, definitely one. I see it moving. What am I seeing there? It's a big old blob, it looks like.
It's like the head, neck, and then the body.
Yeah, like it's kind of like folded in over itself or something,
it's
maybe.
Folded over itself. I think that might just be one.
It could be. I'm trying to see. And they're so large. Oh, she's out of grain. There's that one for sure. I'll move this. Only seeing one for sure on her. See that movement there? That's that baby jumping around. What it looks like. Unless the other one is hiding, which of course it could be. Unless there's another one hiding in there. Looks like it's just that one kid. Alright, so that's not exactly what I was hoping for. I really did not want her to have a single. But Fancy had a single this past year, and Fancy was, you know, probably about her size. And Fancy did fantastic. You know, like I said, she's smaller compared to our other does, but I'm not too worried about her because she was right there on the cusp of the size to be bred anyway. So, and I mean, I will definitely be right there with her when she goes into labor to help her out. But the good thing is, at least if there is one, you don't have to worry about them getting tangled, because again, if there are multiples in there on these small does, trying to get them untangled is probably the worst thing in the world. That's but part of the issue that I had with her mom and her sister when she was born, I think Livy came out fine. She was perfectly positioned. But her sister, I think, kind of got pushed back and ended up, she couldn't come through the birth canal of her mom. But yeah, I think either way it goes, she'll be okay. We're just gonna be super careful with her. Okay, ladies, time to go.
Have to push her head up.
Easier said than done. Goodbye, Liddy. Goodbye, Liddy. Goodbye.
Come on. Let's go up.
Good night.
Yeah.
Okay, we've just got 2 more does left to go. The next doe is going to be Peggy. She was also bred to Guy the day that we sold him, actually. She was bred by him. So I'm interested to see how many she might have. I'm thinking twins. She had twins this past year, Eileen and her sister. Come on, Peggy.
I got her.
Oh.
She's the crazy one. I didn't want her.
Oh, she'll be all right. All right, here she comes. All right, Peg. Let's see. You are dirty. Gross. I don't think she's too furry. I think I can get away with not having to shave her again. Let's see. And Peggy's going to be 2.5 when she freshens this year, so she's one of our larger size does. I do love these larger does. They are, when it comes to ultrasounding, because they are so much easier. All right, Peg. Well, there it kind of is. Peggy's not due until March 10th, I think it is. So her kids are not quite as fully developed as some of these other ones that we've seen so far. There's definitely one sack right there. It looks like a second one right there. I'm not seeing any actual movement in them. Peggy, are your kids not awake? I think I saw it there for a split second. Oh, yep, there's one.
And there was movement over here.
There's definitely one in that upper.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Movement over here.
Yeah. This is about when you want to look and count. When you can actually still get them all on the screen. Moving it around some. But definitely pretty sure that we saw 2. She's kind of moved on me a little bit. That one in that second sack down there is kind of hiding.
You got some movement down here too.
Yeah.
So you got this sack, and this sack with movement.
I'm not sure that they're 3 separate sacks though.
Yeah.
I think one is folded over. I think we're seeing the same kid twice. On one, at least. I'm gonna say 2.
That's what we have written down.
Yeah, that's what we have written down for her. I can definitely see that one really, really well. And it looks like down there in the bottom, there's some movement, but that one's kind of hazy, so it's really hard to tell. I don't have a clear view on it. Just based on its position right now, but yeah, I'm gonna say 2 with a possible 3rd, but I'm really thinking we're just seeing one kid twice. Because she's not very, compared to what June is already, she's not as round. which, you know, all does carry different. But she's not too much bigger than what she normally is, so I'm gonna say 2. But let's put possible 3 just to be on the safe side. All right, come on, Cammie. Okay, so here is Cammie. She's our last doe due for next year. She's going to be due March 12th, so just right after Peggy. Peggy and Cammie both, they were the 2 does that we tried to AI this breeding season. We tried it twice on both of them. It did not take, you know, it was our first time doing AI, so it was more of a learning experience than actually thinking that it was going to take. So, you know, we learned a lot from it. We're going to try again next year, but that is why they are due so much later in the year than our other does. We like to kid in late January to February. I don't like having kids born after that because being in Alabama, it gets so hot here in the middle of March. Parasites just start becoming an issue and they don't grow as well. That was kind of the problem with Selena from this past year, why she didn't get as big as we wanted her to keep her this year. But yeah, we're not planning on keeping kids out of Cammie this year anyway, unless they come out phenomenal. So it won't be too much of an issue for us, you know, if she kids late. There's nothing wrong with late born kids if you can keep them healthy. It's just our personal preference for our herd. We like having those early born kids, you know, for show purposes and things, because the larger kids do well in shows. The judges can tell you all day long that that is not how it happens, but that is how it happens. I'm here to tell you. All right, Cammie. Oh, goodness. Oh. Well, dear.
She said that's cold.
All right, if she squats down on top of me, I'm not going to be able to do this. Anybody that knows Cammie knows that I'm not her favorite person in the world. That's Dylan. So, she's going to be a little bit of a brat for me, I guess. But let's see if I can just get in here, Cammie. Come on. Come on, Cam. You're squatting so bad. There
you go.
I still can't see anything. I know she's bred. I know they're in there. When they're acting up like this and they squat down this much, it's hard to get a good read. Let me try getting up behind her. Sometimes that can help. I'm not going to be able to see from back here though. So you'll have to tell me if I'm seeing anything. Come on, Cammie. She's just squatted down so far. Or if he's all the way back, maybe that'll help. No?
She's being unruly today.
Oh, yep.
Give me a cup of water. Did you have our teeth?
I do, but it's up under my hand. It's not on the... There's something, but I cannot tell what I'm looking at with her. I'll let go over and come look. It's like folded over or something.
There's one at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had her down for 2. She's just being so difficult. definitely see one in there.
Yeah.
You can see that movement there. There's definitely one kid there. As of right now, with how much she's squatting and everything, that's all I'm able to see. So let's say one, maybe two. When we ultrasound, we like to start at about 28 days and you know, do it about once a month up until they're about 3 months, 3.5 is when they usually get about too big where you can't really tell what's going on, which we're at the cusp right now with most of our girls. But we like to do it a couple of different times because early on you might have more kids than you end up with. Sometimes they do end up resorbing, which could be the case for her. When we first ultrasounded her, we saw 2. Right now I'm only seeing 1, so she could have reabsorbed 1. She could have, it could be hiding in there. Like I said, she was not cooperating very well, so that could have something to do with it. So that's why we're going to say 1, because that's what we see today, but we're going to put her down for 2 as a maybe. We like to have both of those numbers on our does so we kind of know what to expect when they go into labor. So we know whether they're one and done, and we can go on ahead, because we take the kids as soon as they are born. We don't let the dams raise them. So we bring them in as soon as they're born. So we like to know, okay, she only has 1. We definitely only saw 1. So let's go on ahead and bring this kid in. Or, well, we only saw 1, but she started out with 2, so there could have been 2 hiding. So let me check her and make sure before I go inside. Or let me sit with her for another 15 minutes if it's not too cold and see if she starts pushing again. We like to be prepared as much as possible. Okay, so this is all of the does that we have that are actually going to kid this year. We're going to bring Inslee's doeling Ginger Snap in here, her La Mancha showmanship doe. Gonna bring her in here and let you guys see what it looks like on ultrasound for an open doe. And kind of see what the difference is. Go on ahead and get her some food. All right, Ginger Snap, come on, girl. No, don't mess with my ultrasound machine. Come on. Come on. Get up. I love how you brought your hay with you.
Yeah, she has to go.
Okay. All right, so here is Ginger Snap. So we purposely are leaving her dry this year because she is Inslee showmanship doe, and we want Inslee to be able to practice with a dry junior doe and hopefully get her junior leg next year. You know, because they're both very new to showing. This is Inslee's first whole year showing. She showed with Ginger Snap all year. So just kind of want them to grow up together before Inslee's got to worry about milking her and shaving her udder and everything else that comes with being a senior freshened doe. So she should be, yeah, I think she's not quite fuzzy enough that I have to cut her again, because we did ultrasound her about 3 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago, so. All right. Okay, so we better not see anything here. All moving all around inside the pit of her leg. Don't get grumpy with me now.
Not seeing anything.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can see all the black streaks is where it's not got good contact with the skin. But unlike the other does, you aren't really seeing those black circles, like the big black fluid sacs. It's all just empty in there. Alright, so that's the difference between bred does and a doe that's open. You're not seeing any kind of sacs. Sometimes you will look in there and you will see just one sac about this size, about the size of a walnut. And that's just their bladder. Sometimes when the does come in, if they have not used the bathroom in the last little bit, if their bladders are full, it will show up on ultrasound and it'll just look like a walnut, just one little black mass. Yep, but she is open. So no babies from this nap. Alright, so that is all of our does that we have bred this year. Even in the one that we don't have bred, you got to see her. Looks like we're having somewhere between 15 to 20 kids. What do you think about that?
That's a lot. That'd be the most we've ever had.
Yeah, it's going to be a big 2025 for sure. I hope you guys enjoyed this and learned something, how to ultrasound your own goats. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments and I'll try to get them all answered to the best of my ability. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.